Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but society has been lying to you about your money. And as your money BFF, I'm here to make sure that you know the truth. Listen, guys, society is not always going to tell you the truth. Yep, you're gonna hear that you have to go into debt for things you want, and to live a life where you control your money and your future is impossible. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. So today I'm gonna show you how to do some things that society tells you are impossible. Things like winning with money right now, no matter who you are. Not going into debt for things you want, and becoming a millionaire, because it is still possible. So I'm going to bring on Elizabeth, who did the impossible and paid off $40,000 in 14 months. And then we're gonna have Chris Hogan back on to talk about how everyday people are becoming millionaires. Because again, society tells you to be a millionaire, you have to be rich and famous. But that is not true. So I thought it'd be fun to see what people are saying out on the street about these topics. So I sent out my friend, Will Smith, not that Will Smith, sorry, a different Will Smith, to get some insight. So take a look.
Hey guys, Will Smith here. I'm out here in Nashville. Let's go see what people have to say about this topic. Do you have student loans?
Yes.
Yes, quite a few.
Yes.
Do you think student loans are a normal thing?
Yeah, I would say they're very normal. College is super expensive, so most people who go to college, have them.
I think most millennials particularly have student loans.
Do you think it's possible for someone to go to college with zero student loans?
Do I think it's possible? Yes. Do I think it's likely? No.
No.
I think you'd have to have either parents or somebody helping you out.
Do you have a car payment?
I do have a car payment.
Yep.
Yes, I have a car payment.
If you were gonna buy a car tomorrow, how would you pay for that?
I would probably put a small down payment and finance the rest.
How long would it take you to save to buy a car?
With my income, I feel like it would be at least 10 years.
Maybe 2 to 3 years.
How many millionaires do you think there are in the US?
100,000?
1,000.
Somewhere in the 40,000s.
I would say maybe anywhere between 100 and 200.
What if I told you there were 11 million millionaires?
That's shocking.
Do you think you'll ever be a millionaire?
No.
Fingers crossed, maybe one day.
We can hope.
And what is your plan to becoming a millionaire?
I am going to become an actress.
Maybe not teach yoga anymore.
Make wise decisions with my investments.
Probably get internet famous. That's what most people do, right?
Do you think you could ever teach a class about finances?
No, I don't think I could ever teach a class about finances.
Not yet, no.
If someone asked you to teach a class on personal finance tomorrow, would you be able to do that?
No, but I would love to take that class if it was offered tomorrow.
All right, let's jump into it. You can buy a car without debt. May not be a great car, but you save up and you pay cash for a car. You can go to school without debt. It's possible. You may not be going to your dream school, or your teenager may not be going to their dream school. Stay in state, go to a community college, work, scholarships and grants, all those things. You can still go to school without debt. And you guys, you can become a millionaire. We'll talk about that later in the episode, but it is possible. But there's a few things that you must do first to set yourself up for success. Number one, you have to change your mindset. One thing I noticed through all those interviews is that people really believe that they can't do it. In dealing with your money, it is 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge, okay? So understanding how money works is only a very small portion of it, but doing it is actually what's gonna cause change. But in order to do something, to have action, you have to have hope. You have got to believe that you can. Number two, stop believing the lies. Yes, society is going to tell you so many things about money, everything, that debt is normal. And the only way to succeed and to get what you want is just the avenue of debt. That's the way it is. Guys, if that's what you believe, then you're gonna be normal. And let me break it down for you. Normal, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's right, their money comes in, they pay all the bills, all the credit cards, all the car loans, all the student loans, their mortgage, everything. It goes right back out and they have nothing. They have to wait for next month's paycheck. So if you'd like to be normal, you can be normal. But if you're sitting there thinking, that doesn't sound fun, or maybe that's your reality and you think, I can't do that, you get to change. You really, really do, which is number 3. Get on a plan. You have to be intentional. Now, this is not gonna happen overnight, but you have to stick to the plan. And the plan we teach over and over and over is the baby steps. The baby steps are 7 steps that get you from 0 savings, full of debt, living paycheck and paycheck, all the way to living completely debt-free, building wealth, and being tremendously generous. Now, if you're not familiar with the baby steps, make sure to click the link below because that video is going to show you everything about the baby steps so that you can get to it. And guys, it works. I'm telling you, it works. And now I'm so excited because I have Elizabeth coming on who did the steps. Like, she's doing it. She did the impossible and made it possible. And now she is even teaching people how to do it herself. So take a look at her story.
I felt out of control. I felt chaotic. I felt no peace. I had $40,000 in student loan debt. I had no idea how I was going to pay off the student loan debt that I had accrued. I am a teacher, so I had heard, they'll forgive it after a certain number of years. So I spoke with the student loan company, and they said that the plan that I was on would never repay my student loans. She said, we will forgive your loans when you are 50 years old or whenever you repay it all back. And that was my moment of reality. Once I started working the baby steps in financial peace and saw the momentum of my debt snowballs starting, I felt so victorious. I felt like I had won and I had beat the system almost. After I paid off all of my student loan debt, my coordinator reached out to me and he said, you have a story to tell, and you did this on a teacher's salary, which people can really connect with, and they think that that can't be done. It began to click for me that I had something special to share. And so in December, I decided to be a coordinator, and I led my first class in January. And it's so inspirational to me because it challenges me in the best ways, and it helps me be a part of something that's life-changing. People are motivated and want to change their family tree, and I'm just so blessed that I get to be a part of that.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, your story's so great. I love it because not only did you do the impossible, what some people would say, which is pay off $40,000 in 14 months, but you overcame some myths and lies that our society believes about money. So, first and foremost, $40,000 in 14 months. How did you do that?
I became gazelle intense,
yes.
To use your dad's words.
I
just
that.
Worked really hard.
So you're pretty vocal about your journey. Like, you told
Yes.
people.
Yes.
What do most people think about it?
They thought I was crazy, especially since it was student loan debt. A lot of people would say, you know that they'll forgive that, right? Or
yes.
After so many years, it'll be gone. You don't have to worry about it. Why are you wasting your money now? And I'm like, I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be indebted to someone else.
Yes, that's so good. Because that's a great point that you brought up, is that there really is this myth out there of people believing that student loans, they'll just be forgiven one day. Like, don't worry about it. And so you fell into that some, you feel like.
Yes. What they don't tell you when you sign the paper for your student loans is that the loan forgiveness is very difficult to get.
Yes. It's beyond rare. For that to be a reality.
Yes.
So the reality for most people is that they're going to have this debt.
Right.
And if they don't do what you did, then they keep student loans around forever and ever and stay in debt. But you got intense. You worked crazy amount. Because how many jobs did you get?
I had 8 jobs at one point.
That's unbelievable. Tell me what some of them were. I'm just curious. What'd you do?
Yeah, I worked at a bakery part-time. Babysitting became my jam.
Yes.
I babysat all the time. I do calligraphy, so I would write on chalkboards and address envelopes for people. And
yes.
I just tried to use any talent that I knew I had in my back pocket to help me make some extra money on top of teaching full time. So
and you did it, yes.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So then you became debt-free, and then became passionate about this message of living debt-free and living intentionally, and the baby steps and all that's taught in Financial Peace University. And with the class, there's always a coordinator that helps kind of facilitate the discussion, and you became a Financial Peace University coordinator.
Yes.
So you taught a class. How'd it go?
It was so great. We had an amazing group of people and great attendance. They really stuck with it. And it was transformational.
Were there a few people in the class that you like loved their story and you were like, wow, like the transformation that they made was unbelievable?
Yeah. There was one couple who made $120,000 total. So they had a good amount of money, but they were so in debt. And
isn't that amazing?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, though, I'm like, a lot of people really believe, like, if I just had more money, I could do this. I'm like, no, if you don't have good money habits, the more money you have, the bigger the mess is going to be.
Right.
And so just because you're making a huge income, you could have a big mess, which is this feeling that is always so interesting to me. So keep going. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So they paid off $15,000 of debt just in the 2 months that they were in my course. So I was so proud of them. And now they want to be coordinators and help share their success and help people. So
that's amazing. That's so great. So what made you want to do this? Because not only is going to the class somewhat of a commitment, right? You go 9 weeks and you're with a group, but when you say, hey, I'm going to go and do it again and actually facilitate, it must have obviously changed your life for you to do that. So what was the why for you?
The course transformed my life so much, and I'm just so thankful that I took financial peace in that moment in my life, that I can't keep quiet about it. I want to tell everyone about what this course can do for you. No one taught me growing up how to budget and how to save and how to invest. And so now that I have that knowledge, I just want to tell everyone I can. So that's my why.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Because so many of you watching are thinking like, oh my gosh, we have so much debt. We don't budget and all of that. So going through Financial Peace University just as a member is huge. But people may be watching this and thinking, okay, I'm doing this. Maybe I'm on the other side like you are. Would you say that you have to be like super financially smart and you have to have all the answers? Because some people could be intimidated by it.
Right. I would definitely say I was in that boat before I got started with being a coordinator. I thought I didn't know enough about investing and real estate and all of the baby steps past baby step 3, basically. But my coordinator from when I went through Financial Peace really encouraged me and met with me and talked to me about how to be relatable and to share my story. And that was what was going to connect with people. And if I didn't know the answers, then I could reach out to someone and they would help me figure out the answers.
So good. Yeah. Well, seriously, I know from our seat, our perspective at Ramsey Solutions, like we always say, the radio show can only reach so far, right? Only so many people know about the podcast. Only so many people watch the shows or go to the events. But it's the coordinators that are in their cities, in their towns, all over America, like thousands and thousands of you all, sitting down with people on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night or a Sunday night and have this group, really it becomes a family in this class and completely transforming their lives. And you spearheaded that for you guys. So I so appreciate it. Seriously, you're like in the trenches, boots on the ground, helping spread the message and spreading the message of hope, you guys. And it's what we want, for you to take control of your money. And so I so appreciate it. And I'm so glad it was a great experience for you. So if you guys want to coordinate a Financial Peace University class just like Elizabeth, make sure to click the link in the show notes. And coming up next, Chris Hogan is going to come on and we're going to talk about how you can become a millionaire. Guys, let's be real. Being a parent is hard work. Now that I have 2 daughters of my own, it feels like the to-do list never ends. And as every parent knows, your priorities change and you have to make important decisions for your child's future. That's why term life insurance is a must for every parent. It's so easy to get and it's affordable. What you're looking for is 10 to 12 times your annual income to make sure everyone in your family is taken care of. Winston and I use Zander Insurance. They do all the work for you to find the best prices and options. So go to Zander.com to get started on a quote today. because that's who we trust to take care of our family. Hogan, you're back.
I am back, and I'm excited to be with you.
I'm so glad. Okay, so I can't wait to dive in because people believe the lie that you just can't become a millionaire today. But that's a lie, people. It's a lie. So let's go through really quickly the top 3 lies people believe, and I want you to hit me with the truth. Okay,
all right.
I mean, don't really hit me.
No, I would never do that.
That would hurt.
No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yes, do.
Because you're right. There are some lies out there. So,
Yes.
all right, you lead.
First lie is,
all right.
a lot of people believe to become a millionaire, you have to inherit your money, or that millionaires, they've only become millionaires because they inherited a bunch of money.
Rachel, people actually believe this.
Yes.
And you know why? It's easy for people to believe that, hey, someone just handed it to them. Nobody really worked hard themselves. So here's the fact. We studied over 10,000 millionaires all across the country. Okay, we did the largest study that's ever been done. We found out the truth. According to our research, 79% of the millionaires didn't inherit a dime. Nothing. That means that they didn't have it handed to them. This was someone that actually worked hard and built wealth over time. So inheritance, no.
Okay, another lie is people say, well, I have to make a ton of money. I mean, I got to make at least 6 figures in order to become a millionaire.
Rachel, this is another myth. It's not true. According to our research, we had 1/3 of the millionaires that we studied never had a 6-figure household income. Can I tell you something else? Top 3 positions. Top 3 positions of the millionaires that we studied. Number 1 was engineers, right? Which isn't surprising. They plan stuff.
Yep.
Number 2 was accountants. That
Makes
doesn't
sense.
surprise.
Sure.
They know money. Number 3 blew me away. Number 3 was school teachers.
Okay, I love that you mentioned that because we actually just had Elizabeth on the show and she's a teacher. She's on baby step 6. So she's she's working her way there and she will become a millionaire.
She will, Rachel.
With it, which I love.
Because she's attacking with baby step 6. She's going to pay off the house, and then she's got that value, plus the money she's putting into her 403B. She's well on her way because debt's not stealing from her anymore. She's being intentional.
That's right. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting things you guys found out in the survey. Things like typical millionaires, they coupon, they drive used cars, all these cool things. But I want to know, the real tactical stuff to truly have a net worth of $1 million or more. There's really 3 big things that you have to do. Yes, all these other things help for sure. But one of them is when you start to win, to keep your lifestyle still at a minimum, that you don't go crazy spending a bunch of money.
No, these people, these everyday millionaires, I call them, because they're everyday men and women. You wouldn't know it, Rachel, when you met them. They knew what allowed them to get to that $1 million net worth, being intentional with their money, being very focused. And yeah, they have nice things, but they save up and they pay cash for it.
It's so good.
Yes.
So even upping their lifestyle, just a very small percentage, they don't go crazy.
That's
I love
right.
that. Okay, another thing to get you there is investing.
Rachel, you know this is the truth, right? Can I tell you this? 80% of the millionaires that we studied said the number one thing that caused them to build $1 million net worth was one thing: employer-sponsored retirement plans. And one more thing, 68% of the millionaires that we studied used an investment professional. That means they had someone to guide them along the way. That's why you and I talk about the SmartVestor Pros. You don't want to do this alone, right? If you got car trouble, you go see a mechanic. If you've got a health issue, you go see a doctor. We're talking about your dreams and your future. You need to talk to an investment professional.
So good, you guys. I mean, seriously, when you're investing, your money is working for you. But I want you out of debt, to have your emergency fund in place, and start down that path.
Yes.
Okay, the other big thing is paying off your house. A lot of millionaires say that they got a lot of their net worth by paying off their house.
Yeah. This is the last big step. You and I know this, being plugged in with Financial Peace University. When you become 100% debt-free, and now that mortgage payment isn't leaving you anymore, that mortgage payment now is there to do more for your family or to help you catch up for your retirement dreams.
Yes.
But this is a big deal. So much so that I developed a free tool. It's a net worth calculator at my website, chrishogan360.com, to help people understand what is your net worth right now. And I want to explain it to your viewers. So to get to net worth, what you take is all that you own. That's in your bank account, your 401k, your IRAs. Add all that up and subtract out anything you owe on. So what you own minus what you owe. If that end number is $1 million more, then congratulations, you're an everyday millionaire.
You're a millionaire.
That's right.
And the great thing is, we talked about it earlier in the episode, but it's so true, is that this is possible. Society's going to tell you, no, unless, you're famous or you have a rich family, there's no way you can become a millionaire. You can. Anyone can. And your book is to prove it, right?
It does prove it.
The everyday millionaire.
That's what got me started down this path. The American dream is alive and available. Yes. What we have to do is make a decision that we're going to do it, and you have to keep deciding every day.
So good, you guys. You can do the impossible. It's possible for you. Okay,
possible.
So if you're curious about this book, because it is so good, you can actually read the first 2 chapters completely for free. Just click the link below.
Are you giving away my stuff?
It's just a little bit, you know? It's just giver. I'm a giver on the show.
You are a giver.
It's called the Rachel Cruze Show.
Yeah, you are kind of in charge.
Welcome.
You're kind of the boss. You're small, but you're the boss.
I'm bossy sometimes, yes.
So much so.
Hogan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you
Seriously,
for having me.
great
Good to see you.
information.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I loved this episode because there's so much truth in it. And so I hope you feel encouraged because you guys can do this. Thanks again to Chris Hogan for coming on and Elizabeth for sharing her story. So to get everything we talked about in this episode, make sure to click the link in the show notes. And if you've not subscribed to my podcast yet, make sure you do that because there's always some fun bonus material there. And as always for you all, be sure to take control of your money and create a life you love.
Rachel Cruze.
What do you think, Chris Hogan?
I have no idea.
I think it's just really great.
It is hilarious.
Be a millionaire, Hogan.
You can become an everyday millionaire.
All you have to do is invest. Pay off the house.
No more.
So good.
That was hilarious.